Brash Assault is a B-slot skill that has always been ignored by players, which I always thought was a mistake, but even I can't deny that things like Desperation Bandage and various breaker skills tend to be the better bet regardless. So now that it's a seal, what do we think about it? Greetings and salutations, my name is Deltran, helping you build killing machines so that you can dominate in PvP and special hero maps. If you want help earning all the feathers, orbs, and heroes the game throws at you every week, consider subscribing. Brash Assault lets you get another attack on your opponent when you initiate if your opponent would already be doubling you with speed. That doesn't sound too bad until you realize you need to be at 50% health for that to happen. If you're already there, you're probably going to get whacked. It doesn't make any sense to use this. There were niches here and there are a few people who used it really well, but for the most part it was something that you had to stay away from. It was just too hard to make work. Well, I'll tell you what, now that it's a seal, it is ripe for being used in so many different ways. I take that back. Really has one really big friend right now, and it's amazing. So let's talk about everybody's favorite bench lord, Alphonse. Units like Alphonse and Seliph always have this problem where they have too low of a speed, but they have a really high strength, and IS tried to make them viable again by nerfing double taps from different seals and different abilities, but it didn't quite work. So if you can't beat them, join them. Now when it comes to Alphonse, quick riposte is a very common thing to put onto him, but I've never really liked quick riposte. It has its uses, but if you're trying to kill something, why do you want something to attack you? It just doesn't make any sense to me. So let's go ahead and figure out how to use Brash Assault so that we can always get the jump on others instead of them getting the jump on us. And I'm sure most of you already see where this is going. Desperation. Let's take a look at some stats for you with Alphonse, and he's doing alright with himself. We're keeping his default legendary weapon. It has Defiant Attack 2 on it, so once we get to 50% hit points, we have Defiant Attack 2 working, we have Brash Assault 2 working, and we're just going to town. We're killing all kinds of people. Too bad we really only get to do this trick once. Our hit points just tank after this. If we initiate on anyone else, it's just not going to be good. Not to mention, anyone who attacks us is going to double us anyway, so we're pretty much just dead. Now let's change up the build just a little bit. Let's go ahead and put in Desperation as the B-slot skill, put in Brash Assault 3 as the seal, and what do we get? Almost the same thing, actually a little bit worse, but do you see that? We only are initiating with one hit point. In other words, this is repeatable. This is going to stay for the entire course of the fight. This is what you're going to end the PvP match with. This is what you're going to end the Tempest Trial with. This is wonderful. This turns the Bench Lord into something that is usable, that is fun to use, and is quite a powerhouse. Now I know you have to get to 50% hit points first, and that's tricky. Every position shown here, you probably want to bring a Reciprocal Aid. You don't want to do Ardent Sacrifice, that's not enough. You probably could put Fury down there in the A slot, but I'll tell you what, if you go ahead and just catch one hit from something, or do one Reciprocal Aid after someone's already run up to the front, you don't need to have Fury. You could go ahead and keep the powerhouse that is known as Death Blow on Alphonse, and you can go ahead and run around and have fun. It's great. If you look at Seliph, it's pretty much the exact same thing. If you keep his default legendary weapon, it's not as good, but you know what? Let's take a look at Alphonse and theoretically what Seliph will look like with a Brave Sword. For comparison's sake, let's go ahead and take a look at this without the Brash Assault seal, but in the B slot. This is worse than his other build, but there is more reliability in this because you have that Brave Sword. This is why a lot of people switch up the Brave Sword for Alphonse. He does it really well. He has a good strength for it. He has Death Blow, which is a wonderful skill for something that double taps automatically. Now you're quadding with him with Brash Assault, but you know, you're still taking that hit in between, so this is not completely sustainable, although it is better than what we were dealing with as far as the long run goes. So what happens whenever we put in the seal? Arf, arf. Boom! Now you're playing with power, super power. Remember that tagline? No? That's okay. Regardless, This is wonderful, and this is repeatable at 1 hit point. 1! You could keep going all day with this particular build, and it's great. Now, the thing is Alphonse does still have a great defense score of 32. You can take a hit. You can also manage your expectations with different things and know that you're not going to be able to just go up to any old blue person and just take a hit. That's not what you want to do. That's never what you want to do. But you, with this particular Alphonse build, whenever you put Brash Assault in there, and of course Seliph, like I said, is pretty much exactly the same if you replace his sword with Brave Weapons. It's great. It's so much fun. Take a look at this. But this trick doesn't only work on Sword Lords. Let's take a look at someone a little more meek. This Sophia is terrifying. Take a look at this. We go ahead and give her the Blade Tome, and then we give her Defiant Attack. There's a special reason why, and I bet you know why, but you've already forgotten. So let's just keep going. We have Desperation. We have Brash Assault Seal. We go into combat, and we are wrecking so many things. Our aggressive rating is amazing. The number of people that we take care of is great, and honestly it gets even better once it's plus attack nature. It's incredible. Now, as that bonus tip that I started to allude to, the reason why you want Defiant Attack is not just because it gives you +1 extra whenever you're in Brash Assault range. You might think maybe you want Death Blow, or maybe you want something different, like Fury perhaps, because everybody loves Fury. It's not quite the case here, because once you have a Blade Tome on somebody, it's important to remember that Defiant Attack gives you a self-hone buff. That's right. You get +7 to your attack, and with that Blade Tome, it gives you an additional 7 to your attack. That is incredible. That's something that not many people really cared about anymore because you couldn't really leverage that too well. Once you got really down low, it was a hassle, you needed the high speed, so you needed to run Fury or Life and Death. That's not the case anymore. Really, really slow people like Sophia, she is in the bottom 3 people for speed. It's terrible. But you put this kit on her, and it just opens up a world of pain for your opponents. It is wonderful. Aren't you excited? And this works for a lot of other people. It works for Hawkeye, Lucas, Adult Tiki, Eldigan. Wonder why he's in a banner right now. Said Lucas, Bartra, of course. Frederick, Ephraim, Sanaki. Sanaki is a good one. Generally, what I recommend to you is if you want to find your own person to put this kit onto, it works best if they have a low speed and a high attack rating. So Cherish might be a good recommendation. Really, you're looking for over 32 attack, and you're looking for under 25 speed. Although some people like Sanaki don't meet that criteria, her attack alone is amazing, so it's sort of a no-brainer to go ahead and put it on her. I'll let that be an exercise for you to figure out who in your barracks would be great with this particular kit. But I think Brash Assault really revitalizes so many people in the game that it's incredible. I made fun of Sophia basically every chance I can get, but the last time I remember recording it was on the Blood of Dragons video that I did a while ago. I am sorry. I'm afraid she's gonna murder me in my sleep. Well, she's a nice girl, I think, sort of, maybe, so probably not, but you know what I mean. Powerhouse. Amazing. So go ahead and take a look at your barracks, see who you can go ahead and adjust like that, and have fun. Have fun with Brash Assault. And hey, do me a favor, if you like these informational videos like this, hit that like button. If you like your Fire Emblem information hot and fresh like Grandma's cookies, hit that subscribe button. My name is Deltran. Thank you guys so much. I greatly appreciate all of you. And until next time.